It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Hello. Yeah, my name is Manu Ganesh. Avinash is a good friend of mine, and am I audible to all?
Yes, Manuji, and let me just start this with by introducing you. So,
Yeah.
firstly, welcome to all of you. Uh, Once in Qatar on this weekend, Saturday morning, it's 9:30 here in Qatar, and for all of you who are from India, it's noon, 12 there, and again a Saturday. So, thank you so much for everyone to join in with such a overwhelming response. Thank you again. Um, Today's session, which is about success with law of attraction, and we are really honored to have our dear friend and an expert in law of attraction, Mr. Manu Ganesh. Now, just a background about Manuji is that he was brought up in Bhopal, MP, until his 10th standard, and after that he moved to Bangalore, and he has been in Bangalore since then. He has done his BE in mechanical, and he is an NLP master practitioner and a certified hypnotist as well. We met sometime a few years back when we were doing um, some of the certifications together. And in addition to this, he is also a pranic healing practitioner, of course, a law of attraction practitioner, and we have seen fantastic demonstrations when I was with him, and also into ESP. Um, in addition to that, he has done all the courses of landmark education, and after working in MNC companies, he is now having in his own business of selling CNC machine tools. Of course, that has made him travel across the globe on business and vacations. And a good part of him is that since childhood, he has been very keen in spirituality and psychology. He has been reading about saints and scriptures, and he has been an avid meditation expert. He is a avid meditator. So all this makes him such a wonderful person, and I really thank you, Manoji, for joining us today. And I would hand over the forum to you to take it forward.
Yeah.
I would request all the participants to please mute themselves in the interest of getting the best out of what Manuji has to give today. Manuji, over to you, please.
Yeah. Thank you, Avinash. Thank you very much. Thanks for this opportunity. Actually, I would like to share certain things in my life. Like I have attended a lot of trainings, but in spite of attending trainings and in spite of being successful in business, I found that I was not having sufficient money. Actually, I was always having a shortage of finance. Even when my company was doing big turnovers, like say 20 crores, personally I had a challenge with the finance. So at that moment, I uh, felt something is going wrong. See, I have learned how to do sales. I have done how to talk to people. I have learned everything that's required, but somewhere this money is leaking from me. So at that time, I met a gentleman and he another trainer. So I explained that I am having this sort of a challenge. So he told me that no, no, you are having some blockages and some subconscious block is shorting your money.
Mhm.
So you attend a law of attraction course that will change. So after that, I attended a law of attraction course, and then I started doing wonderfully well financially. In fact, I reduced my activity in business in the sense because I dropped all the customers who were making me busy but who were not keeping me profitable. So that way, with maybe half effort, today I am getting 4 times the profit. So this was one very big learning for me. So after that, I realized that I should share this information. See, this matter should be known to more and more people because before doing any training, we should do this training so that this training will help us set goals and the other trainings will guide us to achieve the goals.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this training may look a little bit spiritual or little bit what you can say is not logical, but it is extremely scientific. So in case in your mind any doubt comes about this, whether it is scientific or technical, just keep the doubt. Avinash will give my number. So whenever you have such a doubt, you can message me. I will explain scientifically everything, and then you can be convinced because everything works. If you take any stock exchange, meaning person like Warren Buffett, they may not sound logical, but they are very spiritual and also intuitive. So they can sense what will make profit. So it is something like this. In life, we have to learn to be intuitive to be successful. So law of attraction helps you to get another power of intuition.
Absolutely. Manuji, may I just request your camera to be a little bit on the other side so that I can see a little bit more of you?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. Thank you
Yeah.
so much,
Thank
sir.
you. Yeah. Thank you. Avinash. So now, see, the world is ruled basically by invisible things. Actually, okay. Although the world is visible, but what rules the world is gravity, magnetism, and electricity. None of these are invisible actually, but they give all the big things in the world. Similarly, if you take any atom, it is 99.9999 means almost empty. It doesn't contain anything. Any atom doesn't contain anything. But it is filled with energy actually. So there's a small quark which moves at high speed and makes the structure. So everything is empty. So there most of the things are invisible in this world, but they work. But we are able to see their effects. Like gravity's effect is known actually. If you are driving a bike, we know, and we don't balance properly, we know its effect. Our hand phone or mobile, if we drop, we know the effects of gravity. Similarly, with electricity, we know the effects of electricity. By chance, if we keep our hand on a live wire, we can see the effect. But as such, we cannot see the electricity. So always the invisible rules the world. Then the next thing which we need to know is the whole world system and the whole world education system and many things are designed to make us kind of average and to make us below average and to make us a good worker. Actually, the whole world education system is designed in that way. So we need a law of attraction kind of education to change our mindsets so that we can have a lot of wealth. In fact, 1 to 2% of the people hold up 95% of the world's wealth, actually. Okay. So that's a reality. And if you take like Apple company, its stock worth is more than the GDP of Pakistan, actually, for example. So that is the kind of wealth a few people are having. So it is somehow the system has made such a way that a large portion of the people are just like cogs in the wheel, and they will produce the wealth for others. So let's learn at something how to uh, how to be wealthy. In fact, if you see the Indian society was always wealthy, actually. Okay, India right now is not a rich country, but before the invasions, it was always the richest country. And that richness comes from our scriptures. I'm sure all the other scriptures also will say the same. But since I know only our scripture, I can talk about it. Like our scripture used to say, Yada bhavam tada bhavati. That means what is your inner thought and disposition, it will make it will make your outer world manifest based on your inner thought and disposition. And the second thing is yata drishti tata srishti. It means that how you see the world will appear to you in the same way. So if you see the world positively, it will appear positively. If you look at negatively, it will look negative. So it is there in, I'm sure it will be there in all other scriptures. Similar things will be there in all other scriptures. I have no doubt about it. Now, what is law of attraction? See, law of attraction is a method where you can attract whatever you wish in your life ethically. Okay, that's very important. Ethically, so and spiritually. So it may be more money, a bigger house, a car, or a perfect soulmate, customer, or even if you don't want any of this, happiness or good health. And it is a science to attract all these things. So, law of attraction basic principle is there is abundance of everything in this world. Actually, this world is abundant, but a system is created of shortage. So, since many of you people are in Middle East, you may understand that the oil price is not decided by the oil availability. It is decided by the oil production. If the oil price goes down, you cut the production. So, but the world is abundant. Basically, it is the abundant. Similarly, if you see in India, actually, particularly, the government creates shortage. Like water is not 24 hours supplied to us. So it's supplied maybe once in 3 days or once in one day or whatever for a limited amount of time. So this shortage leads every house to have a tank on the top of the house and a sump at the bottom of the house. So whatever the amount of reservoir is there, we are making an equal amount of reservoir in every house. So further creating a shortage. So a shortage mentality of the society creates the shortage. But in reality, everything is abundant. Okay. So the system is designed in such a way to create a shortage and make us run behind things. Actually. So we are always running behind things, but things are available. Practically, everything is available. Next thing is our mind is a magnet, actually. Okay. So our magnet attracts situations, peoples, and things in our life. And the way we plan our magnet we will attract such things actually. Means align our magnet. So we need to learn how to align our magnet so that we will attract better things in our life. So law of attraction will help us to align better things, because we are born with some default magnet, and also we are conditioned in such a way that our magnet gets disturbed actually. So today we will learn certain basics, after which maybe Avinash can help you a lot to overcome these challenges. So law of attraction is basically on three principles actually. Okay, it's based on three principles. I request to mute actually, everybody to mute. Okay, the three principles are: thought becomes things actually, or your inner world creates the outer world. So if you take anything, suppose an architect wants to build a house. So what he is going to do? He will first think in his mind, then implement the thoughts like a drawing, and then construct. Similarly, any invention in the world is first thought. So everything is produced twice, once in the mind and then in reality, wherever it is. So for anything you want to achieve in life, first you have to think about it. Okay. What you have not thought, you will not get generally. So this is a very, very important thing. So if you want solution, you have to think about it. If you want a problem, you have to think about the problem. Okay. So this is one of the basic things. So thought leads to result. Second principle is, whatever you put attention on grows stronger in your life. So if you put attention on abundance, abundance will get stronger. If you put attention on problems in your life, your problems will get stronger. If you put your attention on your strengths, then your strengths will increase. So everything is dependent on your attention. So the more you are putting your attention on the right things, the more you will be powerful, or more you will gain. The next thing is, like attracts likes. This is also called as a law of vibration, where when you like something, you will be vibrating in some frequency. Based on that frequency, you will attract all the people actually and things of that frequency. So best example is in school, all naughty children will attract each other and they will form a gang. All studious children will attract each other and form a gang. So all like people join together. And in universe also, all similar things are at one place. Like all coal mine will be at one place. Iron ore will be at one place. You take anything, or sea is at one place. Water is at one place. So the universe runs in such a way that things get collected at particular places. So if you come to some cities, like if you go to Bombay, all jewelry may be in Javeri Bazaar actually, okay, because everything collects. So all similarly in if you see hardware market, all hardware market will be in one place, and all stolen things will be found in Chori Bazaar or something like that. So all things get collected at the appropriate place. So it has a lot of significance. So we need to align. Suppose we want to be rich in life, we have to align with the rich and be with them. Okay. So in fact, even it has been told that if you join 4 millionaires, the fifth millionaire will be you actually. Okay. So company, company makes a lot of difference in the life. So these three principles are very important. And one of the important significance of life attracts like is, whatever is your mental state, you will attract. Like if you are happy, you will attract happy situations, and if you are sad, you will attract sad situations. And best example is, suppose by chance you got up in the morning and something went wrong. So you will notice that after that you will tell yourself, today is a bad day. Then from there, based on your decision, your mind will lead you to various challenges. First, there may not be a toothpaste or something like this. So things go on happening. So Once you go into that negative state, you will start attracting more and more of negative states. So this is one very essential point. So whatever is our mental situation, we always attract in our life. Am I making sense to all of you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And please, others, please feel free to put their comments on the
Yeah.
chat box just in case.
Yeah. Yeah. So if I am making sense, please just you can message yes or something like that. Okay. See, always thoughts become things, and even Buddha, I will explain the first law. Even Buddha told that whatever we are is the result of what we thought. So you take anything in this world, like you are sitting in the office, you take anything, or in a home, anything, it has been thought by somebody. Like somebody would have decided, okay, I have to make this room cool, so he made an air conditioner. Somebody would have decided, okay, we'll make communication better, so mobile phone came. So these are all thought things. So whatever is thought, that is implement. Okay. Next thing is, what I will like to tell you about, focus on, wherever you focus on becomes stronger. I will just show, and I will give you what you can say, small exercise. You please do it, and you can just mention the result when I tell you in the chat box. Okay. Now all of you just look around and look for yellow objects actually. Okay. You don't have to do anything. Just look for and keep it in your mind what all yellow things are. Okay. You don't have to tell me now. So just keep looking. Maybe it will take another few seconds. Okay. Now, once you have finished looking at all the yellow objects, keep them in the mind and mentally you count. Okay. Now close your eyes. All of you close your eyes. Honestly, close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Now recollect how many blue objects you saw. Okay. Just recollect the blue objects and just type in the message box how many blue objects you have seen. Okay. Okay. Nice. Some saw none, some saw two, three. Fantastic. So I'm sure all of you had more yellow objects than blue objects. Am I right?
Yes, agreed.
So what happened is, when I told you to focus on yellow objects, your mind immediately deleted all the other colors and it just focused on the yellow things, and you just saw yellow things. There were a lot of blue and red and maybe pink, so many objects, but your mind deleted all of this. So everything got deleted. So it's this way, whatever is in your mind, like suppose you have prosperity in your mind, then your mind will show only prosperity related things. So if you have something like a mentality of lack in your mind, like a shortage, it will show you the world is having shortage. So if you have abundance mentality, then your mind will show lot of abundance. It will show you places from where you can get the money or you can get your customer or your order. So your mental state decides a lot of things in your life. Similarly, like attracts like is also the same thing. So whatever, then I will just tell you one more thing. Okay, this is very very essential. Suppose you focus on what I don't want. Okay, suppose I say I don't want poverty. So it may be same as being rich. Not being poor may be practically same as being rich. But if I tell my mind I don't want poverty, my mind doesn't know about don't actually. Okay, the subconscious mind doesn't know about don't. It will give me poverty. So if you focus on what you don't want, then you will get what you don't want. Okay. So just be careful about your language. So whenever you are using your language, use a language of positivity, where you say what I want. Like if you suppose don't want black, say black dal, for example, don't say that I don't want black dal. You will say that I want yellow dal. Okay. So something like this. So just ask for what you want instead of commanding that I don't want this. Because the moment you think of I don't want, I'll just give an example. Please tell your mind not to think about a pink elephant. Okay. So what will your mind do? It will think about a pink elephant the moment I say. So that is a challenge. See, in mind, there is no deletion actually. There is only addition. So even negative things are added and then subtracted. So that's a challenge. So just always in life, always have a policy that not asking for what you don't want. Ask for what you want and you will get it. So always look for solutions actually. If you have a problem, don't focus on the problem. Just look for a solution. So when you look for a solution, you will get the solution. Okay. Now I will just show a small video of an exercise. Just look at this video. Okay.
Clearly, somebody in this room murdered Lord Smythe, who, at precisely 3:34 this afternoon, was brutally bludgeoned to death with a blunt instrument. I want each of you to tell me your whereabouts at precisely the time that this dastardly deed took place.
I was polishing the brass in the master bedroom.
I was buttering his lordship's scones below stairs, sir.
Why, I was planting my petunias in the potting shed.
Constable, arrest Lady Smythe.
But how did you know?
Madam, as any horticulturist will tell you, one does not plant petunias until May is out. Take her away.
Why, madam?
It's just a matter of observation. The real question is, how observant were you?
And action.
Clearly, somebody in this room murdered Lord Smythe, who, at precisely 3:34 this afternoon, was brutally bludgeoned to death with a blunt instrument. I want each of you to tell me your whereabouts at precisely the time that this dastardly deed took place.
I was polishing the brass in the master bedroom.
I was buttering his lordship's scones below stairs, sir.
Why, I was planting my petunias in the potting shed.
Constable, arrest.
Okay, just you notice that there were 21 changes that occurred actually. Okay, but we were focusing just on the face of the person, so everything else got deleted. This is how life is. So there is a abundance also outside and there is lack also outside. If you have abundance mentality, you will focus only on abundance. If you have a lack mentality, we will focus on the lack. Yeah. I'll just close the screen one moment. So always remember, whatever you have in your mind, you will attract. If you have poverty, you will attract poverty. So okay. The next principle about like attracts like is how it practically scientifically works is when you are in happy state, your whole body gets happy. Every cell in your body gets happy. You may notice it's a kind of emotion. So every cell in your body is vibrating. So this vibration is spread to the universe. So automatically you will attract happier things in your life. And next thing is this law of attraction is a law actually. Okay, like gravity is a law. This is a law, and it 100% works. There is no doubt about it. And if it works for small things, and also it works for very large things. So it may be anything, it will work. So just don't worry about whether it works or not. Know that it works and don't worry about how it works. That is left to the universe actually. The universe takes care, because gravity, we should not worry about gravity, like how it works and all. That is the job of the scientist. It is our job to make use of it actually. So we are like engineers who use physics for making practical things. The next thing I will like to tell you is about awareness actually. Now for us to know all these things, we have to develop our awareness. So we have to be aware of our thoughts, and we have to be aware of our focus, and you have to be aware of our mental state, because like attracts like. So I will just explain you that there are levels of awareness. It is also called as consciousness. Okay, it's also called as consciousness. So what is it? Is in first level, we know that we are having thoughts actually. Okay, that is the first level of awareness. The second level of awareness is that we are becoming aware that we have a lot of thoughts, and we are sometimes having a lot of thoughts, sometimes not having thoughts. So we become aware of the quantity of thoughts. The third level of awareness is we become conscious whether thoughts are positive or negative actually. Okay, we will come to know that thoughts are positive or negative. Why? I'll explain you why it is important. The next thing is, next level we are become conscious of that I can control my thoughts. Like, what is awareness? Awareness is something separate from you. Okay, means that is your real self. So it can really I check your thoughts. So awareness, like I will give you a short example. I will give you a short, let us say, exercise. Now all of you grade yourself how much you love yourself. Okay, 0 is the lowest, 100 is the maximum. Take 5 seconds, and whatever comes to your mind, just type in the screen actually. Okay, okay. So I got good scores, some got 70, 100. Okay, so we did this exercise, and there is no right score. It may be anything. Every score is correct actually. Okay, so what this means is, see, even we got some scores like 67. It's wonderful, because what comes instantly comes from your awareness, and it is very instant. I really appreciate you. So what is this awareness? This awareness told you actually. So you are not one actually. Okay, your thoughts are aware. Your awareness is aware of your thoughts actually. Okay, and that means your awareness and your mind is separate. Your awareness can judge your mind, or find out what is happening in your mind and what is happening in your body. So developing this awareness is important, because once we know that we are not our thought, any thought that comes to us, we don't have to do anything if it is not good. But if it is good, we can amplify and use it for our further purposes in our life. So this way you are becoming a controller of your thoughts. In the next stage, fifth stage, you start realizing, you become aware of your body. Like, whenever you get a negative thought, it affects your body. So you become more conscious of your body. So you will be able to sense your body's sensation and decide that you are getting a good thought or bad thought. Why I am telling this is, your body is also a transmitter actually. Okay, so you may have noticed, particularly women actually, I must really compliment for them. When they go at certain places, they can sense negative things more faster than men actually. Okay, so the moment they sense it, they immediately tell, "Isme kuch gadbad hai, will come out of here." So we also need to develop that awareness. So wherever we are with certain people, our bodies will give certain sensations. So at that time, we should be aware of our systems. So this is called emotional guiding system. So this is the final level, the fifth level. So developing our awareness will help a lot. And how to develop awareness? Like coaches like Avinash can help you, and also meditation will help you. It may take short time, but meditation will really help us to develop the awareness. So next, I will come to something called as an important point of our mind. See, we have two minds actually. Okay, one mind is a conscious mind, and another mind is a subconscious mind. So generally, we think that our conscious mind, we are consciously doing everything, but in reality, the subconscious mind is working 95% of the time. Okay, the conscious mind has a very short time actually. But as we spend more time with awareness, we can increase that period. So our subconscious mind is highly programmed actually. Okay, it is programmed by so many people like parents, the school teachers, or even by say maybe some associations, friends. Like if you see in the past, long back, in India particularly, making money was considered bad actually. Okay, so all of us, like we used to say, Tata Birla are the enemies of the country. People used to say. At least I am much older than you. Many of them you are very young. So we were told that our country's problems are because of the rich businessman or something like that. But even today we have such concepts. So when we are told like this, in our mind, subconscious mind, we start getting conditions saying that being rich is bad. We don't know it actually. But really, when we start leading our normal life, whenever we have an opportunity to earn money also, but our subconscious mind will see that we will lose that opportunity. So all of us can have a lot of conditionings like that. And maybe it comes from various sources. So the subconscious mind's programming will make a lot of difference. And in NLP, they say there is some reticular activation system. So if you notice, if you bought a new car, let us say you bought a Toyota Corolla. The moment you buy a Corolla, you can see a lot of Corollas on the road. If you buy any mobile, you will see the same mobile. So what happens is, your mind, once something is in your mind, it will show you only those things, deleting everything else. So similarly, if you have a programming of these kind of things like negativity, like being rich is bad and poverty is good for us, or anything, it may be, there are a lot of things. Particularly women are more affected because they are really programmed a lot. Like if a girl child laughs very loud, she is told this is now not how girls laugh. So they are not allowed to express their emotions, and a lot of conditioning happens. So if we have to be successful in life, we have to modify these conditionings actually. The more we modify it, the more better it. So similarly, so what we have to do modify is, we have to sometimes add and sometimes subtract. So what we have to add is, we have to add our confidence, we have to add our maybe our capabilities. Okay, so we have to add positive things. What we have to subtract is, we have to we have to forgive people actually. So if something negative happens, if you keep it in your mind, that negativity will make you attract a lot of negative things in your life. So you need to forgive people, not for them, but for yourself actually. Okay, it is like you are carrying that dirt in your mind. Okay, so having dirt in your mind, you are attracting the dirt. So we have to use a lot of clearing techniques. So there are many clearing techniques. One of them is forgiveness, then meditation, then gratitude. These are all clearing techniques. So these kind of techniques will help us to uh, remove the negative things. Adding positive things also, there are many techniques. So first thing we need to understand is lack of self-worth is a challenge actually. Okay. See, if you take a lot of people, they don't have a lot of self-worth. Somehow, like what generally happens is a child goes to school actually, okay, and in school he does some mistake. Then the teacher says you are no good actually, okay, at the age of say 4 or 5. So unknowingly that goes into the subconscious mind of the child. So it keeps in its mind that I am no good. So whatever it earns, whatever it does, and however it becomes successful, somewhere in the corner of the mind, I am no good remains. And this no good makes it being very unsuccessful in different, means it brings some situations where it is proven that it is no good. And this goes on reinforcing. So there are many techniques to improve our self-worth. One of the technique is like standing in front of a mirror and also telling that I love you, or some keep on like looking at our own eyes and telling us that I love you, I like you, or something. So this kind of liking ourselves totally changes our self-worth. So once our self-worth is changed, we will start attracting very, very positive situations in our life. So this is a very essential thing. Next thing is human being actually is a evolved being. Like if you see in Indian scriptures, they say that there are Dasha avatars. So Dasha avatar starts from say fish. The first avatar is called Matsya avatar. Then fish to tortoise, tortoise to next it goes on. Animal, then in between animal and human, Narsimha. So we have like this all kinds of minds. We have three minds. So we have a neocortex, which is a modern mind, human mind. Then we have a mammalian mind called as emotional mind, and we have a reptilian brain also. So all these three brains are there. So what happens is our self-worth and our fears all are programmed in our reptile brain actually. And how the reptile brain is programmed is, if this brain gets activated, it will stop the blood supply to all other brains. So you will totally lose logic. So once you reach stages of fear or a kind of shock, you will totally forget the logic. So we need to program things in our reptile brain actually. The more we program things in our reptile brain, positive things, and remove the negative things from the reptile brain, then we will be very, very successful. For example, everybody can walk on a plank which is say 1 foot wide. If you keep on the floor, anybody can walk. Suppose you keep it at 6 feet height, still you can walk. But if you keep this plank between two skyscrapers, do people have courage to walk? No. Okay. But logically, it is the same effort. Whether it is you are just walking on a plank. The moment what happens is, the moment you imagine of the skyscraper, the fear goes into your subconscious mind and goes into the reptile brain, and it totally clears off all the logic. But people can walk actually. Logically, everybody can walk. So how to program this reptilian brain is, there are various methods. One is affirmations. So we can continuously write everyday affirmations. By writing affirmations, we will be programming. In fact, Avinash is also an expert on this. Maybe you can take his help for writing positive affirmations. So this is a very, very essential point which I wanted to make. Next thing is, I will show you another short video where you can see that you are just seeing your beliefs actually. Okay, you just see nothing but your own beliefs. I will just play it now. what I wanted to show you is what you are seeing is nothing but your belief. Actually, you believe things to be in certain shape, and you just see your beliefs. Even our vision is learned actually. Okay, whatever we are seeing is learned. Seeing is not believing actually. Okay? Even vision is learned. So even our vision is programmed. So that way, even success, failure, everything is programmed. So we see what is there in our mind. We are not seeing something different. See, that is why in scriptures of all religion, they say this world is Maya. Okay, this world is nothing but a Maya. It is self-created. So when this world is Maya, you can change the Maya to any way. Okay, you can create a positive Maya or you can create a negative Maya. Okay, so through law of attraction, we will try to create a positive Maya, so that it's after all Maya. Life is a game actually. Okay, we are all actors. So let us choose positive roles and get positive actors around us. So this is a very essential point as far as law of attraction is concerned. So next, I will tell you about what gratitude actually. Okay, so this is a very, very essential clearing thing. Why? Because if you see, when we sleep in the night, okay, we got up today in the morning, but I am sure a lot of people in the world, maybe 1,000 people in the whole world, would not have got up. Okay, they would have died in their sleep only. So that's a reality. So when we get up early in the morning every day, we should always have a gratitude that we are awake today. Okay, that we got up. So this way, we have received a lot of things in this world actually. Okay, so the more we are having a gratitude, we are programming our mind to have positive things. That means we are programming to our mind that this world is a good place. Now that is another way of programming your subconscious mind, similar to affirmation. Now, like for example, suppose you are all running your organization and you have an employee who asks for a promotion. Okay, you give him, and then he asks for a raise, you give him. Then he asks for a car. So every day he comes with a further demand. Do you think will you give him? After some time you will say no, get lost. So similarly in this world, the universe is providing a lot of things. So if we don't have gratitude and every day we are asking for newer things, the universe is not going to give us that. But for everything which you have got, if you show gratitude every day, the universe will definitely give you a lot things. So always you can maintain a gratitude journal actually. Okay, a diary. So before you sleep, every day note down what are all the good things you received. So this way you will make a habit of seeing good things. Once you start noting those good things, seeing those good things, it will program in your mind. So next day onward, you will see only good situation. You will encounter more good situations. You will encounter a better boss. The same boss, you will see his better parts. So your life will encounter a lot of changes. Okay. Now I will come to another important portion, that how to ask. Okay. So this is after all, how to manifest things in our life.
Right, Manuji.
Yeah.
Just before you come to
Yeah.
how to ask,
Yeah.
let me
Yeah.
ask if there are any questions that any of
Yeah.
the participants would have
Yeah. Yeah.
so far for
Yeah.
Manuji. I hope, and it has been such a wonderful session so far. Just to make sure that we are all on the same page. Any questions? Any? Feel free to just either give it on the chat, or if you are wanting to ask now, just unmute yourself and ask. If not, then we will continue with Manuji's further topic on how to ask, which is going to be more interesting. So I believe there are none questions, and it has been a perfect session so far. Is
Okay.
there Hello.
You can feel free to ask any question.
Ranjani ji, do you have a question?
No, actually, I just joined.
Okay. Okay, no problems. Great.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So let's go ahead and continue with the session. Manuji, please.
Yeah. So now, see, all of us have, we are leading this life for, we have us actually, okay? So we need things in our life. See, every day we are looking for some, like a new job or a new car or whatever it is, or money. So all of us have us. So how to ask? Okay, this is a important step. So how to ask is, we have to release a thought to the world actually. Okay, so how do we release a thought? See, if just for example, take the case of money actually. Okay, suppose somebody comes to your home, you are ready to give him any amount of water to drink actually. So if he asks for water, once you give him one glass of water, you will ask him for, maybe, do you want one more glass of water, or you are ready to give. Why? Because you think that water is abundant. Okay, whereas when it comes to money, if somebody asks you for 1,000 rupees, you will give him maybe 1,000 rupees, but you will not ask him, do you want some more? Okay, so why? Because in our mind we have a thinking that there is a lack of money. Okay, so when you are asking for money to the universe, you should not ask from the angle of lack actually. Okay, so when you ask from the angle of lack, like attracts like, so you will attract more challenges. So how to ask money, for example, is, first thing is, you will come to a good state of mind. How to come to good state of mind is, imagine anything, maybe a good vacation, or imagine eating a good watermelon or a mango or whatever is your favorite ice cream. Imagine, come to that state. Then ask for something which is, say, 2 lakhs, for example. Then also ask for, then also tell what you will do with 2 lakhs. Because the universe doesn't want the money to be, kept inside a box. Okay. See, if you ask, if you know, people are called stinking rich. Why they are called stinking rich is, if they collected a lot of money, they will stink actually. Okay, the universe doesn't want stink to occur. It wants money to flow through you. Okay, so if you ask for 2 lakhs, you also tell the universe what you are going to do with the 2 lakhs. So you can say that, okay, I will go for a vacation for 2 lakhs, or I will go for a vacation of 1 lakh, and another 1 lakh I will deposit in the fixed deposit. So this way, whenever you look for money, you also look for avenues where you can put the money. So this way, you will be asking in a very good state of mind, in a very positive state of mind. The next step is, you need to believe actually. Okay, so believing is very essential. So for believing to occur, you have to have what you can say, self-confidence and self-worth. Only when you have self-worth, you will believe that this. So you need to work on your self-worth, and there are various ways of believing in self-worth. One of the way to improve the belief is visualize actually. Okay, at that moment, visualize yourself having the money, and visualize you going for that vacation, or visualize the check you are giving to the bank for the fixed deposit. So visualization will increase the belief. Also, some people will do meditation, where they will visualize the goal and bless it actually. So there are various methods which will increase the belief, and also improve your everyday do exercise on your self-worth. So by changing your self-worth, you will believe that you deserve it. Third step is, be grateful actually. Okay, so also what they say is, one is everyday gratitude, and also you can make statements in advance. Thank you, thanks universe for giving me in this gift. So even before getting the money, if you thank the universe for that, the universe will make it faster for you to get the things. So finally, once the things come, you have to receive it actually, okay? Because many of us have challenges in receiving it actually. Why? Because sometimes we would not have, when we have asked, no, we wouldn't have asked properly. So, like when we ask, we are like, I may ask, God make me senior manager. So next year I get a promotion as senior manager, but now I am promoted. I have to go to Bangladesh as a senior manager, for example. So when asking, I have not asked specifically actually. The more you the specific you are while asking, when I have to be a senior manager, where I should be posted. So we need to be specific. So once we are specific, we will get it. When we get it, we have to receive it because certain times it will come disguised actually, and we may ignore it. So we need to receive it with the right attitude. Then it will become wonderful. So there are many other techniques which this short, we do a lot of exercises in our courses where we show many exercise, and we show how to write affirmations and how to change beliefs, and also some other techniques like Ho'oponopono meditation, and also we show the science of quantum physics actually. The quantum physics is a physics which talks about, which is a real science which talks about law of attraction. So to increase your beliefs, we do a lot of things. But in a short time like this, I have given you most of the things about law of attraction. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Yes, Manuji, there is one question on how to train our mind on a regular basis.
Yeah. See, mind is trained only by habits actually, okay? So mind is a result of habit. So form habits of writing affirmation and reading affirmation every day, like particular time. When you wake up, what they generally say is, when you wake up, when you are wake up, you are in a state of mind, a state called as like a alpha state, okay, where you are partly in subconscious mind, partly in conscious mind. At that moment, if you read affirmations, it automatically programs your subconscious mind. So affirmations read when you are just waking up in your bed will make a lot of difference. Next thing is improve your awareness, where you become aware that some thought is negative and you have to ignore it, and some thought is positive and you have to amplify it. Next is, there are some more techniques like 68 seconds of pure thought, where you keep one thought for longer duration. So the longer duration you keep, you will attract it more better. Then of course Avinash knows a lot of techniques. So he can, once you know law of attraction, you will be able to set your goals. So Avinash can help you achieve those goals. Any other question?
Yes. Should we, there's one question from Prabhas Reddy, should we remove the negative elements in our life like news, television, social media in order to improve our focus and productivity?
Yeah. Definitely. I wouldn't say totally remove, but reduce actually, largely reduce. And whatever happens, take it with a pinch of salt actually, okay? Because they are designed to create shortage mentality, okay? We cannot be totally unaware of the world, happenings of the world, but we have to see that it is already colored actually, okay? That is, it's already not pure reality. So we just have to take it with a pinch of salt. Like if we are not aware, see what happens. A lot of people removed the media, but when the virus came, they traveled abroad and they got stuck in many countries. A lot of people, it happened. So you should be aware of the things, but at the same time, don't take it too personally. That's what I can say.
Right.
Any other question?
So what type of meditation is recommended, if you can give a brief idea?
Yeah. See, there are a lot of meditations. See, like my wife follows two types. One is she follows Isha Yoga, and then she follows Calm. There's an app in um, both in mobile, like App Store of iPhone and also in the Play Store. It's called Calm actually. They have a lot of meditations, guided meditation. They help. In YouTube, there are a lot of guided meditations. They help. They will help. And yoga and meditation definitely both assist. And there are many meditation techniques. I can also teach you. Maybe we can have some session for that also.
So, Manuji, in you being a practitioner and you have been experiencing this almost on a daily basis,
Yeah.
what is your routine on how to manifest things? How do you manifest things for yourself?
Yeah, yeah. See, what I do is, see, actually, you may not believe, I have manifested everything in my life in a way, whatever I wanted. Like in childhood, I had a desire for gear cycle. Okay. So recently, I got a gear cycle. A Japanese went home and he didn't know what to do with the cycle. He just gave it free of cost. It's an expensive one, costing around Indian rupees 45,000. So, whatever you desire will come in your life. So what is my practice is, I follow the same techniques. I told you the 4 techniques, and like ask, believe, gratitude, and receive. And then when I meditate, I bless the goals actually. So whatever is my goal, I bless it, and I also think about it. Like 68 seconds of pure thought that I follow, and I always thank before I receive. I thank, and I don't think about it that I need it. Once I release this thought, I just forget it. It will come on its own. Because if I am every day thinking about it, then I am bringing a lack attitude in my mind. So if I have a lack attitude, I am postponing it. So happy state of mind is the only state which will attract. It's this
So
way.
many a times when people who start using law of attraction, there is a kind of impatience. There is a
Yeah.
kind of, well, many of us who would have just learned what law of attraction is, we want to practice it, and there is this impatience where, well, I have done what Manuji told me, and it is still taking some time. And how do we overcome that? Because I personally have experienced fantastic results out of law of attraction, and
You have any example, Avinash, of law of attraction?
oh, of course,
With
yes.
substance.
I have, as you rightly said, I have many examples. Just recently, and I spoke to you when we met in Bangalore last about that example where I was in Bombay, and as all of us go to different places during our vacations, I did go to Mumbai, and Mumbai, it's a hectic life there, and we used to travel to meet all our relatives during that short stay in Mumbai. And it happened so that we were traveling in an auto rickshaw. And we just came down from the airport. We were traveling in an auto rickshaw going to some relative, and I had a bag it was a backpack. And obviously, when you sit in an auto rickshaw, you keep the backpack at the back because I have 3 kids, so we were full in the auto rickshaw. So we kept a bag at the back. And unfortunately, what happened was when we got down, I with my great memory, I just forgot the bag. And imagine this is Bombay, okay? I was in Goregaon that time, and this auto left us and it moved away. And this bag had a lot of important documents, including the passport of my kids. There were the Qatari ID, all the important documentation for
Wow.
my wife because her purse was in there. And immediately when we got to know that, well, this is no more with us, and we were in Qatar in India for a short stay, it was really very hectic. Now, there were two ways we could have handled this, right? One was to get really upset about it and start going all over, which at a particular time we were. I mean, of course, it was a big thing to lose at that point of time. However, having practiced and having known what law of attraction is, as you rightly mentioned, affirmations, gratitude, and those exercises were carried out with a very, very peaceful and calm mind, because that's the ultimate thing. You need to be really focused, really peaceful when you ask uh, from from the nature, and you ask from the universe. And that is exactly what I carried on. This is a first hand experience. I really thought that, well, I believed in the fact that it would come back. And with people around me still questioning, because it is Mumbai, one auto rickshaw out of thousands of them, and how do you get to that? And then the process started automatically. Somebody came and said, well, there is a camera at the gate, if you could go and find out where what that auto rickshaws number is. And we found out that, well, this is a number of the auto rickshaw. However, to find something there, it was quite a challenge. We went to RTA, we found out if we could track that, and it was practically impossible, because the police there would rather take it for granted and say, well, come on, don't expect that. People lose thousands of things every day, and you are one of them, so congratulations, have a good day. That was the case. But we did not lose hope, and I still completely, with focus and with all the dedication possible, I did practice this. And believe me, it was around a week's time. There was a person who came to our house. There was a person who came to our house and said that I received a few of your important documents lying on the road. Okay, I thought it would be important. One of them was the passport, which had the address. And because he thought it was that important document, he came and delivered. Now, the story does not end here. In fact, it starts here. What happened was, we just, when we received this, well, we were thankful that this was received. However, I also came to know that my wife had some gold earrings and some ornaments which were there in the bag, and that was not received. So, well, again, as you rightly said, we had received it, and I acknowledge with gratitude that I have received it. There was still a question. I mean, there was something very valuable that is not come in. And I just, out of curiosity, called that person and tried to find out where he is. And he was quite okay with it. I went there, and we found out his address, and then through his number where he was, located him. And we found that this was the person who was owning the auto. Okay, he was the person who was owning the auto. It was a local auto, it was in Goregaon. When we tracked him down, we found out, well, this is the guy. And then we traced him. We found out, well, these are the documents you gave us. There is something that you did not. And then we had enacted, I mean, I got a local a friend of mine who looks like a policeman. I went with him to that person, and then actually held him and said, well, come on, give it up now. You are, I mean, your job is done. Let's get it, otherwise we'll actually go to the police station. And then he realized his this thing. He apologized, and the entire bag, including including the handkerchief that was there inside, was received in intact condition. uh, and I really thank this. I give all the credit, of course, to the people around me, and to this concept of law of attraction, where you really, from your heart, if you like Shah Rukh Khan says, right, कि अगर सच्चे दिल से तुम किसी चीज को चाहो, तो सारी कायनात वो तुम्हें देने में लग जाती है. So that's exactly what I have experienced. So thank you again for asking that, because it was really worth sharing this. People who feel that law of attraction is a concept, I really would want to let them know that it's a science. It is something that works. It has worked for me. It has worked for thousands and hundreds of people around the world. And if it works for someone, it can work for you as well.
I think I don't have further words beyond your example. It says everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great. So in the interest of time, if and again, this was a fantastic session, Manuji. I connected with every little thing, and some of the things, there are people who are in my coaching sessions who do NLP courses with me, and as a part of NLP I do promote that. I do mention to them that this is an element, and whatever you may call it, you may call it NLP, some people call it manifestation, some people call it law of attraction. What is important is it works, and that is what is important. Whatever you call it, if it works, that is what is important for you. So as a part of that, again, thank you so much. I will open the forum for questions for people, and if somebody would like to have any questions before we end this particular session, please feel free
अविनाश
to. Yes.
अविनाश मनु जी.
Yes, sir.
सर थैंक यू सो मच, बहुत बढ़िया सेशन रहा आपका. मुझे एक ही बात पूछनी थी. जब हम यूनिवर्स से कुछ मांगते हैं और वो चीज मिलने को कभी कभी वही टाइम लगता है, कभी कभी जल्दी आ जाती है सामने अपॉर्चुनिटी, और कभी कभी टाइम लगता है, तो उसको कैसे हैंडल करना है?
नहीं, देखिए, देयर आर अलग लॉस भी है, जैसे लॉ ऑफ कर्मा. देयर आर सो मेनी लॉस. ओके, so we sometimes our own karmas don't allow us. It means we would unknowingly we would have done many things. So we need to understand that also. And also, the more we get desperate, the more we are showing lack and more we delay the things. Okay, so it's very important not to get desperate. The more, that is a very essential thing. And in this universe, what certain things we are not meant for. See, certain things, for example, during our course, we also talk of our being actually. Okay, our being is like we have been forced to become engineer, doctor, or whatever. But we have some of our own desire actually. Okay, like some people, after being a doctor, they became painters because their real desire is to be a painter, or some kind of. So our real being may not allow us to get those things also, because our real being has some other is looking for something more. So we have to explore more deeply. So law of attraction will work more deeply with what we really want, what our soul wants. So next step in law of attraction is to find out what we really want, and if we pursue those things, then we are open to an infinite resource. Like if I am a born painter, if I paint, I can become a MF Hussain. But now I am forced as an engineer, I will be remaining an average engineer. So there are many things. So 1 hour session is just an awareness session, but we need to spend a lot of time to get into roots of things.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else who would like to ask a question? By the way, Manuji, Sridhar is an actor, and you would have seen him in some of the serials. So yes, that was a valid question, and I think Sridhar, as Manuji rightly said, if you believe truly enough, you would definitely have great heights to achieve. Anybody else who would like to ask any question for Manuji?
Can I ask?
Yes,
Avinash, can I?
Ranjani ji, please go ahead.
Yeah. I am Ranjini, a friend of Avinash. I just saw your message on the Facebook, so I thought I'd join. For the past few months, I have been into The Magic by Rhonda Bryan. Then I have been doing Deepak Chopra meditation for 21 days, 21 days manifestation. Then I've been following few more Mr. Pillai and few more other people on YouTube, for this manifestation and all. But somehow I have been after something for quite some time. I don't know what's wrong or something like that, but I'm not able to manifest the result. So I thought, but as you said, my focus is something on my soul is requiring something else, or the law of karma, I don't know what. So ultimately, I have decided to pack up everything. I thought let destiny take its own course. So I don't know whether that is true or not, but I felt this is what is required right now. Take a break from everything. Is it true? Is it correct what I'm doing?
Really, I really don't know, but I can tell you about myself, what I do actually. Everybody who undergoes challenges, I also underwent many challenges. But I am a meditator actually. So in meditation, I ask. And also many times before going to sleep, I ask questions actually. So sometimes I get answers in my dream also. And sometimes during meditation, I get answers. So that is also true. So we need to really probe deeply, but it's possible to know actually. But this universe is abundant actually. Okay, so suppose if we make any decision, anywhere we go, it is abundant. Okay, that much you can be confident. So there is no right or wrong decision. Wherever you go, the doors will open for you. That is what I can say.
Great. Thank you so much, Ranjini.
Thank you very much, sir. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. So on that note, that wherever we go, the doors are open. I think that's a wonderful note to close this session. And if nobody has any other questions, I think I would really like to thank Manuji for this wonderful, wonderful session, and for joining us today and addressing this wonderful crowd. And today we had more than 50 people. Again, this is something I did. Believe it or not, I mean, it may sound really weird for some, but for today's session, because it was specially a law of attraction session, I did imagine that I am seeing that 50 people participants, and that is what has been achieved. So again, it need not be something in the future. There are things which get manifested in within time. There are things which takes time, and I believe that that's what the universe wants you to, because that might not be the right thing at this point of time. If I would want $1 million today, and the universe would think that, well, this is not the right time for me, it would take its own course and give it to me when I really deserve it, or when I would really want it in a way that the universe wants it. So on that note, Manuji, thank you so much. It was a wonderful session. Thank you all of the participants for joining us today. The next Saturday, we will look out for yet another wonderful session by yet another wonderful presenter with another interesting topic that you would all want to be a part of. So thank you again, and wish you a very fantastic weekend. Do keep manifesting your desires and achieving your goals. Thank you so much again. Have a wonderful day ahead. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks a lot.